Every single season, they had more fuel to my theory that the Astros are just playing chicken with themselves to see how bad they can start before still winning the division. And, like, it doesn't help. I mean, I really would like to rebut that, but we're getting to the point where they're probably going to start below 500 for the first half next season. Hi, I'm Weston. I love talking about the Astros, and I'm here to talk about the Astros and Rays series that took place in Tampa over the past couple of days. And prerequisite, do you like Alex Bregman and pitching and basically nothing else? Then this series was your perfect dream. The Astros allowed 4 runs over the 3 games. The blow-up game was the second game, where they won 3-2. That was the, implosion. This team is getting to the point where it's once again kind of goofy to watch. The prerequisite, Alex Bregman had a great series, couple of home runs in Game 1 and Game 2. Yainer Diaz had the 3-run bomb in Game 1 that pretty much iced it early because I'm not trying to punch down upon the Tampa Bay Rays as an organization, but dude, they just continued to sell everyone at the deadline. And this was one of the worst ones. They sold anyone who's even slightly recognizable, and even some players where I'm like, I don't know who that is, but they're trading them to a contender. So that honestly says more about the Rays than it does me. What I think is funny is that you have Alex Bregman in the first couple of games being, consistently Alex Bregman, and then throughout that you have Yainer Diaz's big home run, you have Jeremy Pena's big home run in the second game, and then in the third game you have Mauricio Dubon in the 10th inning. The Astros won a game with 2 hits, by the way. That doesn't feel real, and yet here we are. The Astros pitching was nothing short of spectacular. First game, you have Framber Valdez, picks up 9 strikeouts in his outing, only allows the 1 run. Very, very solid. I have been probably the most critical Astro personality of Framber Valdez, and I don't say that as a chip on my shoulder. It's just the truth. I've been super critical of him. But the past couple weeks, the past couple months, he's given me nothing to really pick at. It's been high strikeout, low walk, practically no home runs. It's what I would like to see more out of every pitcher, but Framber especially, because he is he has embedded himself enough within this team that he is probably going to get a contract extension, and on account that I do love this team and I would like to, see that work out, if he can continue to get that FIP lower and continue to pitch like this, I'm not going to question it at all. I'm still probably team Bregman and Tucker, and maybe even Yusei Kikuchi at this point, which is kind of crazy to think about. But, I'm getting closer and closer to the, I wouldn't mind Framber sticking around for another couple of seasons. You also, in Game 2, then we moved to Yusei Kikuchi, because, genuinely, who saw it coming? Because it's no one. I thought it would have been a fine pickup. I was happy with it, because I'm bolster the bottom end of the rotation. Little did I know that they were going to get an all-star caliber pitcher out of Yusei Kikuchi. All he's done as an Astro is win. Literally all he has done as an Astro is win. 3 games, and if I'm not mistaken, he has gotten the win all 3 games. I know they won all 3 games. He's been phenomenal. He has a 2.7 ERA through his 3 games, and I know it's a small sample size, whatever. His strikeout rate is 13 per 9 innings. This isn't just Yusei Kikuchi coming in and having a couple of solid outings where, the FIP doesn't look great, he's giving up walks and hard contact, but at least he's getting through the innings. He's pitching high-quality innings for the Houston Astros. He's pitching fantastic in Houston. And all he's done is pick up W's for the team. It's another outing where he's phenomenal. He dazzles again. Then you finally go to the last one. You get 6 innings out of Ronel Blanco. 4 strikeouts, no walks, pair of hits. Not bad at all. Shutout baseball. So shutout baseball, with no walks. I'm not going to be pretentious and talk about the 4 strikeouts. Pitched really well. Handed over to the bullpen, or almost blows it up immediately. Gives up a pair of walks in a third of an inning. Then you have Taylor Scott, who unironically might be the best pitcher on this team, who comes in, picks up a strikeout, gets through the inning, no problem. You give it over to Brian Abreu. He comes in, has to work through it, gives up the run in his inning of work, without giving up a hit, by the way. Just, man, things are fun. And then you have Josh Hader in the 9th and 10th inning, 3 strikeouts over his 2 perfect innings of baseball. The Astros end up with a nice little series win. Again, Bregman hard carried the series, and then you just have a nice little trio of, I'm going to say infielders, and put Mauricio Dubon in my head at first base, because you have Yainer Diaz with a big home run, you have Pena with the big home run, and you got Mauricio Dubon with the big double in the 3rd game to, give him the go-ahead in the 10th inning. It's a solid series. Would you have liked to have seen the Astros maybe put on some more runs against a Tampa team that now is pretty much a skeleton crew? Yeah, you probably would. But can I at least hang my hat on the fact that the Astros swept them? And not only that, they swept them in the Trop. Do you guys remember when in like 2017 and 18 and 19 when the Trop was like a hell? It was hell for the Astros. They couldn't win there. They consistently would go like 1-3 when they'd go to Tampa, and now they sweep them every time. It's insane, the turnaround they've had there. And yeah, I would have loved to have seen them score more. I'm not going to nitpick a sweep. And now you have a 3-game series against the Chicago White Sox back at home in Minute Maid Park. So, like, if you want an opportunity to, continue this nice little streak you're on, if I'm not mistaken, it's now at 8 games in a row for Houston. And they've picked up 2.5 games now for the division lead. They're doing pretty darn well right now. They're in a very, very good spot. Multiple game lead in the division feels so much better than just having that, like, half a game to tiebreaker. And obviously you might say, well, yeah, no kidding that an actual lead feels better. It feels more... It's not big. 2.5 games isn't much. That's a weekend. And yet it just feels like this weight lifted off because finally they've separated themselves a little bit. I've talked so much this season about how the Astros, because of where they put themselves, they can't play good. They can't play good baseball. They can't be above average baseball. They have to be great and bordering on perfect baseball for the back half of the season. More than that, for the back 130 games, in order to pick up what they did in the first couple of weeks. They have not been perfect, but I am willing to say that they have played great baseball since that horrible, horrible start, because all of a sudden, you have enough of a gap where if you happen to have a hiccup and you lose a series, it's no longer, God, there goes your only chance to make up ground in the division. I'm not hoping they have a hiccup. I'm not saying this in terms of, oh yeah, it's fine, they can go lose the series to the White Sox. But they can make a mistake in the coming weeks. They can maybe drop a game they shouldn't have. And it won't be the death of them. It's not a nail in their coffin. It's an unfortunate event, but there is finally, after months and months and months of digging themselves out of the hole they made for themselves, light. And by God, does it feel like a weight off of our shoulders. So now they prepare for that 3-game series against the Chicago White Sox back in Minute Maid Park. The first game is going to be this evening at 8:10 Eastern, and I will be here after the series to talk about it. As for right now, that is all I have to say. So if you enjoyed the video, please consider to like and subscribe. Thank you all so very much for watching. I hope you all have an absolutely fantastic day, and as always, go Astros.